Today's video is definitely going to be a bit different one because we are not just only going to focus on Bitcoin price action, but we are also going to focus on S&P 500. We are going to focus on this Ethereum chart and even Binance coin. Yes, BNB guys, we are going to talk about all of this one by one. So please, before I jump into the content, destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now before we jump into the bearish scenarios, first let's look at this hopium chart, which could be still on the line for Bitcoin. I mean, if you look at this price structure here in a daily time frame and simply focus on this rising trend line support, yes, this rising trend line was actually acting as a very strong support since January 2023, and now if this is going to be another relief rally, another impulsive movement forming another higher highs, then the price should start right from here. I mean, if we look at this RSI here to the downside, if we look at this hidden bullish divergence, price is forming higher lows, but RSI here is forming lower lows, and this usually indicates a change is coming. And in our case, this could be looked as a hidden bullish divergence, a very similar scenario. I mean, when the price before it continued this bullish trend here in 2020 2019, the price here was also forming a very similar movement. I mean, we had higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern, right? And when the price tested the support around this rising trend line, just like hours before we started breaking here to the upside, we also formed a bullish divergence because RSI here was making lower lows where the price was making higher lows. And what happened after that? We had this very nice impulsive price movement. So this exact could be looked here as well. Price is making higher lows, but RSI is forming lower lows, also flashing this hidden bullish divergence. So for this to play out, we have to hold this rising trend line support, because breaking below the rising trend line support means this was just a fake out and price now could be turning bearish before again deciding the trend duration. Why this actually matters? Because if you look at the S&P 500, the reason why we are combining S&P 500 and Bitcoin chart is because we know traditional market is very much correlated with the crypto market. So if S&P starts showing this bullishness, which it did after testing the previous temporary resistance line, this line was a very important line of resistance. We came to this exact line, right, and started showing this bullishness. So if this here is a continuation pattern, I mean a retest before price turning bullish here in this manner, then we know Bitcoin might continue this rally here like this as well. So what we want S&P 500 to do is to remain above this upper trend line resistance. Yes, remaining above upper trend line resistance means we could be showing bullishness and also continue this uptrend following this broadening wedge breakout scenario. But what in case S&P starts showing weakness and price also breaks below this key line of support? What in that case? In that case, we are still going to look at this dead cat bounce trading pattern with a potential price objective around 21,500, 21,600 range. Yes, and according to this dead cat bounce price objective, we have already lost the support. The key line is support around this 0.2, because you can see 0.1 is the start. 0.2 is where we form this dead cat bounce, just like as shown in an example of 50% retracement. We came exactly at the 0.5 Fibonacci line and got rejected. After that, we started showing this bearishness, just like as shown here in an example. So according to this dead cat bounce trading pattern, if this trend is going to continue, then you can see guys, the price after some range bound could again continue this downtrend here like this before choosing an actual trend duration. Because yesterday we found out it's not just only this dead cat bounce, but also if we look at this bear flag pattern. Yes, according to this bear flag pattern, since the price of Bitcoin has already lost a key line of support from this ascending channel, and since then we are clearly showing this weakness. So according to this bear flag pattern as well. The price objective, just like with dead cat bounce, is at 21,500, 21,600 range. So we have to be careful, because even if we are going to see any sort of a relief rally here in the medium short term, please be careful. That could be a temporary relief rally before price again gets gravitated towards this area of confluence before deciding the trend duration, because we know it's not just only this dead cat bounce, it's not only this bear flag pattern. Even if we look at this price structure in a very simple way, yesterday we did talk about this descending channel, and inside this descending channel we were forming this ascending channel or rising trend line. But now if we look at this price structure using this ascending channel, it doesn't matter. We have already lost the support, and we have also started showing this weakness. So in our case, the price, after reaching around this lower line, started showing this range bound, even trying to show this bullishness. But we have to be extremely careful. Why? Because we know even if this here is going to be a relief rally, a temporary relief rally towards 22,800, even 23,000 range before deciding what to do next, we have to overcome this one key line of resistance first. Let me show you that here. So those who watched my video from yesterday, you guys know exactly what I'm trying to pinpoint here. If you simply focus on some of the key line of support and resistance in the price action of Bitcoin, you can see what could the price of Bitcoin be doing in the mid short term and also for the upcoming days. Yes, you heard that correctly, because if we simply look at this support and resistance line, the price of Bitcoin has always reacted whenever it has reached certain line of support, certain line of resistance. I mean, whenever the price of Bitcoin has started this bullishness or bearishness, whenever we have approached around the key line of support and resistance, it has played a very important role. So for example, this price range around 23,900, 24,000 range, when we were around that area, you can see we did found some support when the price was above it, because this line was a resistance in the past price action. When we broke below it, where did the price of Bitcoin started heading? The price of Bitcoin started heading towards the next area of confluence, and in our case that was around this 22,500, 22,400 range. This line acted as a strong line of support in the past price action, and when we had this corrective movement right around that area, we started showing this bullishness, and this bullishness ended when we got attracted towards the previous temporary resistance line, and then a continuation followed. I mean, a continuation here to the downside, ignoring this support line. So again, this area around 21,500, 21,600 is definitely going to be the next area of confluence in the medium short term, which could also indicate, hey, we have to be careful, because even if the price in the medium short term is going to show some relief rally around this 22,900, even 23,000 range, this exact line could be rejecting the price, and after that we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue this trend here like this. And that is also the reason why I showed you this descending channel formation here. A relief rally towards say 23,000 doesn't necessarily mean we are turning bullish, but we have to overcome this key line of resistance first before price decides the trend duration. So that's why guys, even in the medium short term, if we do see any sort of a relief rally, please do not get confused, because we know price in a bigger frame, I mean in a daily time frame, using this moving averages, using this CPI indicator, a leading indicator which gives us information beforehand, we can see we have lost one of the most important support line from this CPI indicator. Yes, between 23,000, this was one of the most important line of support. So even if this is going to be a rally here in this manner, this exact CPI line around 23,000 is going to be acting as a resistance, because we are below it, and we are expecting another trend continuation like this to play out, because according to the CPI indicator for this March month, the first monthly support line is lining around $21,555. So that's why this 21,500, 21,600 makes a lot of sense, even if the price in the medium short term would show some relief rally around 22,800 to 23,000 range. And now guys, now beside this Bitcoin price action, what we also are going to do is look into Ethereum chart. Now, before we start talking about this Ethereum price action, please guys, destroy that like button if you haven't done it yet. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. But if you want to support me further, you know, a comment would be much appreciated. So if we look at this price action of Ethereum here in a weekly time frame using this logarithmic scale, what we can do, we can use this rising trend line. Yes, this rising trend line here is playing a very important role. In the past price action, it has acted as a strong line of support and also a line of resistance. Support, 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 and this exact line rejected the price when we were around 1750 range. So this is exactly where we got rejected. And now the important thing, will the price continue this downtrend in this manner? Because this exact line, which previously acted as one of the most important line of support, rejected the price, or will the price try one more time to break out of this key line of resistance before choosing a trend direction? Because we know, if you look at this price structure into daily time frame, I mean, if you switch this price structure into daily time frame, we know this rising trend line here is a very important line of resistance, right? And we are also expecting maybe the price could try one more time to break here like this. But what must happen in that case? In that case, guys, the price of Ethereum must form this inverse head and shoulder. Yes, if you simply use this horizontal trend line and look at the price formation around this area, we might be right, we might be actually forming this inverse head and shoulder. So for this inverse head and shoulder to play out, what do we need? We need the price of Ethereum to remain above this 1500 to 1550 range, because remaining of that area means we could still try one more time like this, right, to break out of this neckline. Because breaking out of this neckline means we are again trying to break out of this bigger resistance line, which I just showed you in a weekly time frame. So in the medium short term, if this here is going to play out as an inverse head and shoulder, the price is not allowed to break below 1500 to 1550 range. And also, if you simply switch the time frame into 4-hour time frame, we can see, guys, we are following this descending channel, just like with Bitcoin price action. Yes, this line here, if you follow this descending channel, let's say if this here is going to be a breakout, I mean a bull flag breakout, in that case, not just only the neckline, but we are also going to be testing the resistance from this long-term rising trend line. So in the medium short term, that's why we need the price to hold this 1550, 1500, because breaking below that means we are going to invalidate this inverse head and shoulder and also invalidate this bull flag channel. Yes, guys. And after that, we are expecting the price to continue this trend here like this. A triple top type of formation, right? And price again continuing here to the downside. So that's why you can see, guys, just like with Bitcoin, Ethereum is also in a very important price range. And not just only this, now it's time to look at this BNB coin or Binance coin. Yes, so for BNB coin, guys, things are looking very interesting, because for us right now, what we can see looking at this in a daily time frame, the price might be right, the price might be getting gravitated towards this rising trend line before choosing a trend direction. Because in the past price action, we have found out whenever BNB has started showing this weakness after reaching around this rising trend line, we have shown a very nice relief rally type of movement. And right now, since we are above it, it also flashes us weakness. I mean a weakness where the price could be getting attracted towards this rising trend line before deciding the trend direction like this. Yes, the price of BNB might be getting attracted towards this 250 260 range before deciding the trend direction. Because if you look at this, not just only in a daily time frame, but also in a 4-hour time frame, we definitely can see the price is in a very important range, because this line here is acting as a strong line of support here in a 4-hour time frame, and this is exactly where we are finding ourselves right now. I mean, in a 4-hour time frame, this horizontal trend line is considered as one very important line of support which we are not allowed to break. But if we would add another trend line here to the upside, BNB might be forming this descending triangle, and descending triangle usually indicates a reversal towards this downside. And in our case, we found out, since this rising trend line is going to be considered as one very important line of support here in a daily time frame, and also the line where we could be getting gravitated, this descending triangle support is not allowed to break at any cost, because if we break below this 280-285 range, then there is a very high probability of price getting attracted towards this rising trend line before choosing a trend direction. So you can see, guys, this horizontal trend line right now is a very important line of support, because in the past price action we have found out, whenever we have formed a very similar movement in the price action, for example, if you look at this one here, this horizontal line was looked as a very strong line of support, but once we feel the support and price also form this descending triangle, after this retest, when we failed to re-enter above it, you can see we had a free fall where we got attracted towards this rising trend line. So we don't want another similar thing to happen, but if it does, then I am going to take advantage of this. I mean, I am going to look for shorting the market if we break below 285-280 range, because we know in that case this lower line is where we could be getting gravitated before price chooses a trend direction. So as you can see, guys, things are looking very interesting for BNB coin, Ethereum and Bitcoin. And now, before I conclude this video, I just want to make you aware about this Phemex $6,050 welcome bonus. Yes, to those individuals who sign up using my ref link will be eligible to claim up to $6,050 welcome bonus. The tasks are so simple. By simply following any trader for the first time, you'll get $5 contract cashback voucher, or simply social media voucher, where you have to follow a Phemex Twitter account and retweet their pinned tweet to get $5 spot voucher. You can see it is so simple task. So if you want to trade with free money, this is definitely a very great opportunity. And additional to that bonus, our member Crypto Anup community members will get additional $10 if they deposit $500 for the first time. And additional to this, guys, also to those individuals who is using my ref link, either it's Bybit, Phemex or OKX, you guys will be eligible to join my private group, which is going to be ready until the end of this month. So please, if you want to take advantage of these bonuses, if you want to play with this market volatility, the time to act is now.